to DXB today, where we are having a bit of a budget special here. I know this time of year can be pretty expensive, so we are trying to give you a little bit of advice of how to, well, save a few of those dirhams and fills. Next guest oversees the lifestyle section at the National and treads a fine line between food and fitness, runways and real estate and parenting and social media. Please welcome Panna Munyal, the lifestyle editor at the National, to the sofa. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Really kind of you. So let's start with the macro rather than the micro. We're going to get down to the sort of pennies in a minute, but that statement, you know, the statement that we're giving today, can Dubai be done on a budget?
So I think we need to think of it as budgeted is relative to start with, isn't it? So if you think about the biggest showcase for the rest of this year, the Burj Khalifa fireworks, for instance. Burj Park this year is charging 580 dirhams an adult, which is up from 300 dirhams last year. And this is not cheap, but it is the cheapest or most budget-friendly option if you were to compare it to the restaurants, fast food or fine dining that come with Burj Khalifa views. So Carluccio's is charging something like 4,000 dirhams a table. 99 sushi can go up to 7,000. So suddenly your 500-ish Burj Park option starts to look cheaper. So I think that's one thing to keep in mind, is that it's relative. And then the second thing is you might find a really budget-friendly activity or event or venue, the right market for instance, but you then end up spending 5 dirhams at the door, but then so much more inside because it's full of these tempting things to eat and buy, and you have kids and they want to go to the petting zoo, which is, you know, say 30 dirhams a pop, child or adult. So budget is relative, but having said that, I think in Dubai you can definitely tick the save box and not just the spend or splurge boxes that the Emirate is often mistakenly sort of credited with. I think that's the macro.
I mean, listen, I have the next 3 weeks off with my kids.
Yes.
I'm trying to save money on the camp, so I'm not sending them every day.
Yes.
So I'm going to send them to Global Village at least once a week. We're going to go as a family. We've got some, you know, picnics, ripe market. Again, we're talking 5 dirham entrances. Global Village is how much? Is it
22.
20 dirhams?
If you book online, you save more.
Right. So exactly. I just
Yes.
exactly.
If you book online.
So what other ideas or suggestions you have along those lines? Things that are really entertaining, got an amazing vibe, but super budget friendly.
So it depends on what you want to do each day, right? So for me, if fitness is high on your agenda, literally one of my favorite things to do with my daughter is go into the desert and just race her up and down the dunes. It is the best leg workout. It's relatively, well, it's free if you make it so. But there's parks, like the parks come alive in the winter. You have your Barsha Pond Park, your Zabil and Safa parks. A lot of them come with cycling tracks, jogging tracks, walking tracks, which the kids will enjoy, you'll enjoy. You can picnicking opportunities. So parks are a really good option. Again, weather dependent, of course, but we're having fine weather now and I hope it continues. What else? I feel like, yes, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I like the way you merged that, because that's one thing a lot of people, when it comes to fitness and wellness, a lot of people are like, oh, I can't afford that, and that class is this and that's quite expensive. So can that be done on a budget?
I think so. I mean, so you have apps like ClassPass and then you have your coupons like Groupon. So if you sort of monitor these quite, like very, very conscientiously, there is a possibility of finding group, you know, sort of discounts on group classes or your yoga sessions, or your Pilates or what have you. But then it's Dubai, right? There's also the Dubai Fitness Challenge that comes around once a year, where they set up these makeshift stages in community neighborhoods like JLT, which is where I live. You can do your Zumba, your yoga, even some meditation if the children, screaming children don't bother you. So I think that Dubai is quite good with offering both of these things where you have, like I said, the save, spend and splurge options for fitness and food especially.
What's your favorite way of spending a weekend on a budget but still making it special?
Well, I'm a complete foodie.
Okay.
So I live for, like, when Dubai Food Festival comes around, which it will in Feb or March, your Taste of Dubai, your restaurant week. So you have a summer restaurant week, you have a winter restaurant week. I think it was in September that during the summer restaurant week that I went to Chef Akmal's Leavenwood Fire,
Yes.
which is a Michelin-starred restaurant. And during these events, festivals, whatever you'd like to call them, you can actually get dishes for a fraction of their usual a la carte
Yeah.
menu prices. So I think personally, for me, I'd go for the food.
Okay, let's talk shopping then, because
Oh,
we are doing.
Absolutely, you're right.
We're all doing our gifting. It's gifting
Yes.
season. Some quick ideas. Some people need gifts tonight.
Online shopping.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas season, of course, is big on shopping, but then, and a lot of the sales can be deceptive, can't they?
Yeah.
But again, I think it's about being aware of what you want and just sort of ticking it off your list without straying too much. At the same time, there are places like Dragon Mart, right? Where if you want furniture, for example, you'll get the cheapest and quite like a variety of, say, curtains or lights or what have you. You can get baby clothes there. You can get Christmas gifts there. There's also, if you want branded stuff, which a lot of us do, there's outlet malls. There's various branches of brands for less. And I feel like the thrifting and the vintage store culture is slowly but surely coming to the Emirate. So you have Dig It, you have Thrift for Good, and these Filipino UK, I think I'm mispronouncing it, or UK secondhand shops, and they're really good fun. They're
they're
colourful
brilliant. Yeah,
and
they're wicked.
yeah.
Yeah, we featured quite a few of them. They're amazing.
You did, yes. So there you go. So I think that's, if you're not very choosy, there's plenty to find.
Panna, thank you so much, and please do stay there because we got a couple more questions for you. Meanwhile, there are so many apps and cards where you can collect points, but let's face it, a lot of the times those points expire pretty quickly. However, our spotlight today is on a digital app that uses card-linked technology to reward you with something we all want, cashback. This is Mimojo.